Okay, what's going on? We're going to go over some of the meta fullback swaps FC of 24 evolutions. Been away for a few days, hopefully you can probably see my tan, but I'm back for business. So apologies for the delayed in uploads for the last few days, but we do have a new evolution here. This is a very interesting one because it gives a fullback the ability to get the jockey playstyle plus, which is very important. People are struggling this year, especially whenever a fullback is joining the attack, is when you recover, that's where the space you're using the run and jockey to get back. So run and jockey with a jockey play, as I said, for centre backs and fullbacks, jockey playstyle plus are arguably the most important, if not the most important, probably the best playstyle, even better than anticipate for the use case for most of the game. And you do get the weak foot boost as well, 5-star weak foot. You do get anticipate playstyle as a regular as well, and you do get incisive passes for those through balls. The main thing we're really looking at here is we're seeing a +4 passing. We're seeing the weak foot, the ability to pass on either foot, and the +5 pace upgrade. So although it does cost 100k, there's a lot of cards you can actually put into this, which you probably wouldn't have otherwise done. We're going to go through some of the most popular ones first that are on Footbin, just because I know these are some of the cards you guys have been looking at, and I'll tell you kind of my opinion on them. We got Gvardiol. Now, Gvardiol is one of those cards where I like to see him like this, but the centre-back variation. I'd want to play him in centre-back because the benefit is you can evolve him as a left-back, but he can play in that centre-back role. The only downside is the radioactive one. It's pretty much done. So good luck, but that's potentially putting one of the best centre backs inside the game because you get the jockey plus playstyle and you get the block playstyle. So, I mean, it's a very good card. Probably one of the best top 3 centre backs inside the game. Now I've got Kyrgios, so I'll come back to Kyrgios in a second. We're going to bring up Havertz, Zambrotta, Camavinga, Ona, Cole, Risa, Bombasta, Olga we're going to put in because I have a Rolfer and Batcher. These are the most popular ones right now, and we'll go over them all. So Gvardiol, I think, is one of the best centre-backs inside the game. He's really got everything you'd want. If you can get a hold of this card, that's another thing altogether, but he's basically extinct. Then we got Jakub Kyrgios, one of my favourite players for Arsenal. A bit young, not one of my favourite players, but a bit young, but one for the future. Didn't really perform the other day against Bayern, but he's got 92 sprint speed. Now, I actually did the upgrade, but I did the unconventional upgrade of doing his 88. So his 88 card. I'm not too sure if I can even put the 88 card in this one. I don't think so. We can double check that. But Jakub Kyrgios will be a good one. You do need, hang on, let me just double check the limitations. Max overall 87, max pace 89. So I believe I cannot put that Kyrgios in because he's got... What's he got? Oh, I can. I did the glow up, so I'll double check that one. But anyway, you can do Unleashing Potential and you can do Fullback Swap. Another very good card, a top tier centre back. But this card, again, you got the same issue here that he's basically, you can't buy him. He's basically maxed out in price. Maybe for a future investment, maybe you can look at some of these cards early on in the cycle that have got decent stats. They've got the chance of becoming even better. Someone like Jakub Kyrgios or something just bit of an investment tip. If you see some of those good cards that are very cheap like Kyrgios, relatively free, low investment. But another top tier card, he does have the jockey playstyle and the long ball pass. Good defensive awareness, good agility and balance, very good physicality, good passing and good sprint speed. So you can play him as a left back, but now you can also play him as that attacking left back, which is what he probably would have lacked. He's got the passing, lacks the crossing, but still a very, very good card. If I can put the glow up version, if I'm not mistaken, I'll double check that and I'll definitely put Kyrgios in, but another top tier card. Havertz. Now, Havertz is one of those ones where he can basically, we've already seen the other Havertz, right? We've already seen the other version of it. Another very good card. Maybe one, I wouldn't say it's a left back. I'm saying more of a centre mid role now. I'm looking at this Havertz card and I'm thinking, can he be like that Hullet type player that you'd otherwise want inside your team? You know, he's got 85 defense awareness. You can put a shadow on that, or you can put an anchor on that if you really want to get that physicality up as well. And you can really bring his defensive awareness up. You could even argue, maybe forgetting that, maybe putting someone like a powerhouse on, because you can get his defensive awareness up and you can get his passing up. Or you could just go typically with a hunter or even a hawk that could achieve a similar thing to get his shooting up. So I actually see this card more of a centre mid, 5-star weak foot, can play even in that striker role. So another very good card. For those of you that did him, you are very, very lucky. To be honest, when I saw this card, I thought he was okay. but his evolution makes him very, very good. So maybe some of those cards that we doubted early on in the cycle, that maybe with the like 50-50 cards, now you've got to take into account maybe the evolution in the future could be suited for them in that role. But again, a very top tier card, more of a center mid card. So if you have this card, this is one that I'll definitely consider doing, if not one of the most end game left backs you can get inside the game. Then we've got Zambrotta. Now I have the 91, but not this one. I have this 91 here, the skilled wing defense, which I believe I cannot do this evolution. Let me double check this one. Skill wing defense, because in 91 sprint speed, so I might be able to just double check in here. Actually, no, hang on, that's max overall. Was it max? Oh yeah, max pace was 89. Yes, I cannot do the Zambrotta card. But another very nice card, one that you missed out. It's got a 5-star weak foot anyway, so maybe you can argue it's kind of wasted, but you're combining that with unleashing potential, good sprint speed, good defensive awareness, and good attacking. This one of those cards that you can lean towards being one of those attacking fullbacks. He hasn't really got the finishing to be shooting, but definitely for fullback on during the attack, he's very, very good. And of course, you got that jockey playstyle, and you have relentless for that stamina, so you can run up and down the pitch the entire time. Then we've got Camavinga, another card you're going to really run yourself into problem because again he's extinct, but another top tier card. I'm going to try to avoid these extinct cards per se, but Aerial as well with the jockey playstyle, another fantastic centre mid variation. Owner now, again, another in form, completely locked out. You know, you got to be really quick when these evolutions come up. See these evolutions, see the card that you want and do it. But again, another top tier card, lacks the hype, but I think as a fullback here, you know, if you compare it to the team of the, now look, I'm not saying a direct comparison here with a card that costs 700k, but if you ignore the shooting ability, I know when you go on this one, I know you have, of course, you do have the incisive pass as well, and I know the shooting is much better. But let's just say you ignore some of the key things, the pace is very much similar, and so is it the defending. Yeah, you get +4 in defensive awareness, but you could try to replicate that with a shadow. So you can argue when you compare these cards together, you're only realistically playing here for the bit better agility balance, bit better passing, and physicality, but the main jump is that you lose is that finishing. So a team of the year card, basically for that cheap of a price, 100k plus whatever, 175k if you can get her. That's a good card. Cole, bringing Cole back in, Docu Playstyle Plus. Cole, the problem was he was always a bit too slow, kind of lacked a few things is what I would say. He's not extinct, he's going for 100k right now. Is it worth doing more of a defensive card? I don't think he's I think he's a very good defender. I think going forward you're going to really see that lack of ability. His passing is okay. There's other cards that are much better for his card, but again, I still think he's a very good card, a very popular choice, and not a bad one if you're looking for a card but you can't get it. Now the thing is, the original Cole already has the Jockey Playstyle Plus, so you know what, try this Cole first, put a shadow on him. If you like him, then do it. Then you have Risa, which is going to be an interesting one because this Risa card is actually quite cheap, 22,000 coins, 91 sprint speed. Again, another very good card that can shoot the ball as well, 6'2", and maybe even lean towards the centre mid territory here with his defensive awareness. You can get away with it. Probably put a shadow on his card, and you can definitely pipe up those stats. He's kind of got everything that you'd want. Maybe lacks the finishing, but you could always put a hunt on there, maybe improve that a little bit. But definitely another card that is probably very much worth doing. That's quite cheap. But yes, it's kind of a long path. But if you're looking for that player, and this is a hero, so if you need the chemistry links from Arisa to give your Premier League team chemistry, this could be a good card of choice. Got the power shot and the jockey playstyle as well. So defensively and offensively is good. Lacks the skill moves, but has everything else you want for a left back, really. So again, I think he's a very good card, and he has that height for those crosses. We know crosses are currently a big issue inside the game. Now, this Bombasta card now, she's very cheap. I think she's actually a very good card. When I look at this Bombasta card, I kind of look to the 93 variation. Maybe you could argue the 93 variation is a good card for the buy with a 5-star weak foot, though. Is it worth buying? Like, maybe if you're going to go this far, just buy Bombasta, the tradable variation, to be honest. I know you're going to get that 5-star weak foot as opposed to the 4-star. But I think realistically here, the stat boosts are just too big. You know, you're getting a +10 agility, a balance, should I say, and a massive boost to the shooting and a bit of a boost to defending and physicality. I'll be honest, I'll probably go for the 93. I'll probably say, because you still got to spend 22 on a card, then you got to do unleashing potential, and then you got to do fullback swap. So it's not like it's an easy path to go. You got to go for the effort, and then you got to pay 100k or 500 FC points worth. Olga is a very interesting card. She's completely, well, I thought she was sold out, but she looks like she's back in the market. A decent card here. I think if you compare to the 88, though, you know, you're getting a card for like 35,000. It's basically the same card. Look at the only thing you're realistically playing for is the playstyle here, the jockey playstyle. I actually still have her on my team. I really like her. It's a card that I might be considering doing because I really like this Olga card. I think she has everything that you'd want. The defense awareness, the stamina, agility, and balance. I can play her sometimes in that center mid role as well with a 5-star weak foot. So it could be something that's very, very interesting. I wouldn't say for everyone else it's a good card, but definitely one that I might be considering if I keep Olga in. More for now, listen, it's not a 93. This is the SBC of the year, I would say. Probably one of the best cards you can get for 600k. I'm shocked at how many players didn't do this card. It was such an amazing card. Did on my main as well. But another decent card. Look, it's not the 93 standard, but she's a decent card if you want to play in the midfield role. So if you did miss out and you wanted that trickster playstyle, trying to think. I think she's decent. I think she's definitely a good card. Likes the aggression, but she's got the stamina, the physicality to play that centre mid role. Maybe left back and right back role per se. But I'll say you definitely would need a shadow on a 94 sprint speed. You're really encroaching. You really want to be 95, I would say, and above. And this Batcher basically is gone, extinct. But, you know, we all like that 90 Batcher. And people said, oh, she was amazing. One of the best cards there. But she's got the whip pass and the jockey playstyle. So if you did miss that 91, and even the 91, per se, you actually save a bit of money, so you could probably do this one if you could somehow snipe her and get this card done. The only downside is, I would say, with doing the evolutions path this way, I'd always say try to go with the one that you can financially buy. Yes, you're trading the block playstyle for the jockey, but at least you can have a tradable liquid card. I try to keep all my coins liquid. I understand if you're working towards an SBC, it's fine, but you're trying to snipe a card, then you're turning into an objective. You're basically wasting here. You're basically wasting 65k and you're wasting another 100k, let's say, in theory. Whereas you buy this card, you could just buy for 400k, pay double the price, but maybe you can sell it in like a month's time for 275k. So at least you reduce the loss overall, or maybe she might even stay like 300k. So at least you reduce the amount. That's what I try to do when it comes to these cards. Now, that is the main ones. We're going to go over the real meta ones now, the ones that I would choose. So we're going to fullback swap evolutions. This is the way that I do it. We're going to go fullback swap evolutions. We're going to go to evolution players. We're going to put fullback swap on over here. And we're going to apply these filters. Now we're going to do some couple of things that I want. First of all, I want sprint speed to be at least 92. We're going to put 90 in just for good measure. This is very, very important because sprint speed is the fastest pace a player run at. We're just going to put acceleration there just for the sake of it. Defense, what I put this at 85. Now I'd want short passing. Now the passing itself, I really care about short passing, long pass. So I'll do short passing, we'll do long passing, and then we'll do crossing. We're going to put crossing at least 80 because we want the real meta players at 85, 85. That puts us to how many pages? So these are like the top 7, I would say. Top 8. You can see we've got some other players here. We've got the Zambrotta. We've got Wagner as well. A very, very good card. We've got Gaia as well. Gaia kind of comes into that. Another very good card. I believe he's not extinct, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he is, unfortunately. But Gaia is another very good card. Can play at left back or that right back role as well. 4-star, 5-star. Another very top tier defender. Could have better passing. We can try to reduce the. We could try to reduce the sprint speed. I'm just going to use some here. We could try to use the sprint speed. Let's say we put this to 85, and let's say we drop the. Actually, no, we'll leave it the same. So you do have a few more other cards you can choose from here. So you got Captive V as well. You even got that Zinchenko card. Which is actually not a bad card at all, because he does have a quick step playstyle. Interesting card, actually. 80. I didn't see this one earlier. 90 defensive awareness. You know, this is actually a very good card, but the Zinchenko, this is done, right? Yeah, this is done. The Zinchenko with the quick step, because where I'd probably play the Zinchenko is the centre mid. So a lot of these fullbacks, they really got centre mid worthy cards. I'm just seeing, is there anyone that can play realistically centre back? So we're going to apply this filter again, and then we're going to take off the long passing and the short passing, and then we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of the acceleration. We'll get rid of the crossing. Now these are all centre backs that you could basically play in that centre back role. We're going to look at really the main ones here. So we've got Gvardiol, that's one I solved. We've got Alaba, Kirio, as we mentioned earlier. So you know what? Interesting. So you got Ranieri as well. 95 sprint speed, another very good card, but I believe he's not even there, is he? Yeah, he's extinct as well. So you got the Ranieri card as well. Top tier sprint speed, good defensive awareness as well. Top tier for centre back, you got really all the play styles. The Zinchenko card is good. Now, this is the thing with all these evolutions. You got to be quick. You really got to be quick with these Evos. I try to make the best I can making these videos at 6 p.m. The problem is with 6 p.m. content is a couple of things. 6 p.m. content is fantastic if you're in America because you can do your stuff early in the morning. For me, I end up working at odd hours, and at 6 p.m. and all my friends finish from work and everything like that. So you're basically sacrificing your entire life just for 6 p.m. content. Unless you're getting, like, for example, 20k, even like 10k views, sometimes not even worth it. You know, you're making enough for a KFC meal with that, and that's without tax. So that's the problem with 6 p.m. content. So I try my best to be there. Try to be consistent, but I have to be honest with you, be candid. That's why I'd recommend Inception. Inception also does videos at 6 p.m. because I think he's based in the West, I believe. I think Ozio also does it as well. So those are the guys that if you really want to be there quick on time. But I said you got to be there quick and you got to be hastily there on time so you can see that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one and peace out.